I, 31 male, thought I was marrying the love of my life. Natalie, 29, and I had been together for 4 years, engaged for 6 months. Wedding scheduled for next spring at her dream venue that cost me $8,000 just for the deposit. Yesterday changed everything. I was on my lunch break, scrolling Facebook when I saw Natalie's post in some women's group she didn't know I could see. Mutual friend screenshot and sent it thinking it was funny. The post. Ladies, getting married in 5 months. Can't wait to train my husband properly. Faced with tears of joy. Faced with tears of joy. Already got him paying for everything while I save for the wedding, aka my secret vacation fund. After the wedding, bye-bye video games, hello honeydew lists. Men are so easy to manipulate when you control the bedroom. Winking face, hashtag future Mrs. Whipped, hashtag he doesn't know yet. 40 comments, all laughing, sharing their own training tips. Her best friend Megan wrote, "Girl, you've got him so wrapped already. Remember when you made him sell his motorcycle because it was too dangerous?" Faced with tears of joy, Natalie replied, "That death trap had to go." Next is his stupid poker nights. Married men don't need friends' nail polish. My motorcycle, the one my late father and I rebuilt together. She cried about safety concerns for weeks until I sold it. I thought she genuinely cared about me. I sat there in my car, sandwich forgotten, reading through her replies. Each one was worse than the last. Mocking my hobbies, my friends, even my mom, who she called easy to handle once you cry a little. The anger hit different. Not hot rage, ice-cold clarity. I screenshot everything. Then opened Facebook, found her public post that was a res hair of the group post. Guess she forgot her privacy settings, and commented, "Good luck with that training program. Wedding's off, by the way." Then immediately called the venue. Update 1. So after my comment, my phone became a nuclear reactor. Natalie called 23 times in 10 minutes. Texts ranging from "What are you doing?" to "Baby, please let me explain," to "You're embarrassing me." I didn't answer. Instead, I 1. Called the venue. Explained the wedding was canceled. They said the deposit was non-refundable. I said, "Perfect, please process the cancellation immediately." The manager seemed confused, but confirmed it was done. 2. Called my credit card company and disputed the $3,400 charge for a dress that somehow ended up on my card last month. Mine was maxed. "Baby, I'll pay you back." Explained it was purchased under false pretenses. They opened an investigation. 3. Changed my Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, and HBO passwords. She had her whole family on my accounts. 4. Texted our wedding party group chat. Wedding's canceled. Natalie can explain why. By the time I got home, she was there with Megan and her mom, Janet. The theatrics were Oscar-worthy. Natalie, crying, "How could you humiliate me like that? It was just jokes. Girl talk." Me, "Jokes about manipulating me? Funny stuff." Janet, "You're overreacting. All women talk like that. It doesn't mean anything." Me, "Then why did she make me sell my dad's motorcycle based on fake concerns?" Natalie suddenly stops crying. "That bike was dangerous." Me, "You literally wrote that death trap had to go with a laughing emoji." Megan, "You went through her private messages. That's basically abuse." Me, "It was a public post, genius. And even if it was private, glad I saw who she really is." Then came the negotiation phase. Natalie, "Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. Please don't cancel everything." Me, "Already done. Venue's canceled. Dress payment is disputed." Janet, "You can't just cancel. We've sent invitations. I bought my dress. The shower is next week." Me, "Sounds like a you problem." The entitlement jumped out real quick. Natalie, "If you do this, I'm keeping the ring." Me, "The ring my grandmother left me? The family heirloom? Try it." Janet, "She deserves it after what you've put her through." Me, "What I put her through? She admitted to scamming money for a secret vacation fund, while I paid for wedding stuff." Natalie tried switching tactics. "Fine. We need couples counseling. I'll change." Me, "No thanks. I don't need training, and I'm not interested in dating someone who thinks I do." I told him to leave. Janet threatened to call the police. I said, "Please do. Explain to them how your daughter needs to return my grandmother's ring after admitting to fraud online." They left, but not before Natalie grabbed a box of her stuff, which included my PS5 controller, expensive headphones, and somehow 3 of my hoodies. I was too exhausted to fight about it. That night she posted, "When you find out your man is a controlling psycho who can't take a joke. Broken heart, single, and traumatized. Venmo at NatBrat for wine funds." I commented with the screenshots of her original post. She deleted everything within 5 minutes. Update 2. 3 days since the cancellation. The entitlement has reached astronomical levels. First, the ring drama. Natalie refused to return it, so I texted her once. "Return my grandmother's ring by Friday, or I file a police report for theft." Her dad, Robert, who'd been quiet until now, showed up at my apartment that evening with a ring and an attitude. "Robert, you happy now? You broke my little girl's heart over nothing." Me, "Your little girl admitted to financial fraud and manipulation." Robert, "She was joking. You destroyed her life over Facebook posts." Me, "She destroyed our relationship by showing me who she really is." Robert, "You owe her for the emotional damage. The wedding deposits she can't get back. The embarrassment." Me, "She didn't pay any deposits." I did. An embarrassment? She posted about training me like a dog. He left muttering about lawyers. Good luck with that, Rob. Truth is an absolute defense. Then came the flying monkeys. Her cousins, friends, random people I'd met twice all messaging me. "You're cruel for doing this publicly. Real men don't act like this. She was planning her whole life with you." My favorite was from her aunt. "Natalie is crying so much she had to miss work. You should compensate her lost wages." I responded to exactly none of them. But here's where it gets wild. Remember the secret vacation fund? Well, Natalie's best friend Megan accidentally spilled tea in our group chat. She forgot I was still in it before someone removed me. Megan, "Can't believe he found out about the Cabo fund," loudly crying face. Someone else, "Wait, what Cabo fund?" Megan, "The money Nat saved from the wedding budget. We were going to go when he thought she was at her sister's next month." Another friend, "OMG, delete this before he sees." Too late. Screenshot captured. She was planning a girls' trip to Cabo while we were supposed to be married. Using money she told me was going toward the wedding. I did some digging, checked our joint savings, my mistake for having one, I know. Over the last 4 months, she'd withdrawn $50 here, $100 there, always with excuses. Needed cash for decorations. Hair trial was cash only. About $2,800 total. That account only had my deposits after checking the statements. I couldn't get the money back legally, joint account and all, but I could close it, which I did. Transferred the remaining $5,400, all my contributions based on deposit history, to my personal account and closed it. Got a text from her an hour later. "Where is the wedding account money?" Me, "Closed it. Took my contributions." "You already took yours for Cabo." Natalie, "That was our money." Me, "Check the deposits. It was MY money. You just spent it." Then came the real kicker. Her mom, Janet, called from Natalie's phone. I hadn't blocked it yet to keep evidence coming. Janet, "She's having a panic attack. You stole her wedding funds." Me, "I took MY money from an account that only I contributed to." Janet, "She needs that money for therapy now because of what you did." Me, "Then she should use her Cabo fund." Long silence. Janet, "I don't know what you're talking about." Me, "Check Megan's messages. Your daughter was planning a secret vacation on my dime while we were married." Janet, "Even if that's true, which it's not, couples share money." Me, "We weren't married. And she called it her secret fund. Secrets aren't sharing." The next day, Natalie tried a new approach. She showed up at my work in a wedding dress, the one I disputed the charge for. Security stopped her in the lobby. Thank God we have protocols, but she made enough of a scene that everyone saw. She was sobbing, mascara running, holding a sign that said, "You promised forever." My coworker filmed it. She yelled for 5 minutes about how I destroyed her dreams and stole her future before security escorted her out. My boss, who's been through a nasty divorce himself, just said, "Take the day if you need it." I didn't need it, but I didn't need a lawyer. Update 3. It's been 2 weeks. The circus continues, but now I have legal backup. My lawyer Dimitri, cool dude, went through something similar, sent Natalie a cease and desist letter after the wedding dress stunt at my job. That apparently triggered what her family calls my final cruelty. See, Natalie didn't just lose a wedding. She lost her entire plan. Her cousin Diana, who's actually cool and thinks Natalie's nuts, reached out with the real tea. Diana, dude, you dodged a missile. She had a whole timeline. Married by 30, pregnant by 31, quit her job by 32. She literally had a spreadsheet of your salary projections and how much she'd get in alimony if you divorced. Me, a spreadsheet. Diana, she showed at girls' night. Called it her retirement plan. Diana sent me screenshots. This psycho had calculated that if she stayed married to me for 10 years, with 2 kids, she'd get roughly $3,500 per month in support and alimony. She'd researched lawyers who specialized in maximizing women's divorce settlements. But that's not even the wildest part. Last week, I got a call from American Express. Remember that disputed wedding dress charge? Turns out Natalie had applied for 3 credit cards in my name over the last year. The dress was just the latest charge. Total damage? $18,000. Identity theft. Federal crime. Game changer. Dimitri was practically giddy. This changes everything from bad breakup to criminal case. Want to press charges? Did I want to? Hell yes. But I'm not vindictive. I just wanted my money back and her gone. I gave her one chance. Texted her dad Robert. Natalie committed identity theft. $18,000 in fraudulent cards. Either she pays it all back in 30 days, or I press charges. Her choice. Robert called within 10 minutes, screaming about blackmail. Dimitri took the phone. It's not blackmail to offer someone the chance to make restitution before pressing charges. It's actually quite generous. Suddenly, Robert's tone changed. She doesn't have that kind of money. Dimitri, then she better find it. TikTok. The meltdown was spectacular. Natalie went full social media warrior. My ex is extorting me. He's tried to ruin my life over credit cards I needed for our wedding. This is financial abuse. Someone please help me. GoFundMe link in bio. Nobody donated. Probably because I commented with screenshots of her retirement plan, spreadsheet, and the fraudulent applications with my forged signature. Then came the last-ditch manipulation. Her mom Janet called my mom. My mom, bless her, is not one to mess with. Former military, takes no crap. Janet tried the whole boys will be boys, but this is too far angle. Mom's response, she put on speaker, so I could hear, your daughter committed felony fraud against my son. She's lucky he's not pressing charges immediately. I suggest you liquidate whatever you need to pay him back, or she'll be wedding planning from federal prison. 3 days before the deadline, Robert showed up with a cashier's check for $18,000. His face looked like he'd aged 10 years. This is everything she owes. We had to take out a home equity loan. I said nothing, just took the check and had Dimitri verify it was real. Robert, I hope you're happy. You've destroyed her life. Me, she destroyed our relationship with lies. I just refused to be her victim. Robert, she loved you. Me, she loved my money and the life she thought I'd give her. There's a difference. As he left, he turned. She's moving back home. Had to quit her job because everyone knows what happened. Can't even show her face. I felt nothing. No satisfaction, no guilt. Just empty relief. Final update. It's been 2 months now. Time for the epilogue, I guess. The $18,000 cleared. Credit cards are all closed and disputed charges reversed. My credit took a hit, but it's recovering. Changed all my passwords, got credit monitoring, the whole 9 yards. Natalie did move back home. According to Diana, who still sends me occasional updates because she finds this whole thing hilarious, Natalie tried to spin herself as a victim of narcissistic abuse, but nobody's buying it. The screenshots of her training post and retirement spreadsheet went viral in their hometown. She deleted all social media and apparently won't leave the house. Her parents are out $18,000 from their home equity loan. Janet and Robert apparently fight constantly now about enabling their daughter. Robert blames Janet for raising her to be entitled. Janet blames Robert for always bailing her out. Diana says it's karma dinner theater. Megan, the the best friend, distanced herself after finding out about the identity theft. Turns out even she didn't know about the credit cards. That was too far, even for someone who supported the training your man philosophy. The wedding venue? They actually called me last week. Apparently they had a cancellation for a corporate event, and would I like to use my non-refundable deposit for a celebration of freedom party? I laughed, then said yes. Threw a massive party for my friends and family. Called them I dodged a bullet bash. Even made custom t-shirts with Natalie's "Can't wait to train my husband" post on the back. Petty? Absolutely. Worth it? Completely. My mom gave a speech that brought the house down. Raise your glasses to my son, who learned that when someone shows you who they are, you believe them the first time. The universe had one more gift for me. At my party, I met Valentina. She's a forensic accountant who'd heard the story through the grapevine. Dimitri's her colleague. She found the whole thing fascinating from a fraud investigation perspective. We talked for hours about red flags, financial crimes, and somehow ended up exchanging numbers. We're having coffee Tuesday. She jokes that she can spot a financial predator from a mile away now. I'm not rushing into anything. Trust is earned, and I've got some walls up now that'll take time to come down. But I'm grateful. Grateful I saw that post. Grateful for that mutual friend who thought it was funny enough to share. Grateful I found out before we got married, had kids, and I became another statistic in her spreadsheet. To everyone asking if I regret going nuclear. No. I regret not seeing the signs sooner. The little comments about my potential. The way she'd pout when I spent money on my hobbies, but had no problem maxing out my credit. How she isolated me from friends who weren't good influences. Translation. Might call out her BS. The lesson? Don't ignore red flags because you're in love. Love shouldn't feel like you're being trained. It shouldn't involve secret spreadsheets calculating your worth. And it definitely shouldn't include identity theft. Also, always check your credit report, folks. You never know what's lurking there. As for Natalie, last I heard from Diana, she's been trying online dating but keeps getting recognized from the viral posts. Turns out the internet doesn't forget, especially when you brag about manipulating your future husband. Someone asked if I feel bad about her life being ruined. I don't. I didn't ruin her life. I just stopped her from ruining mine. There's a difference. That's all, folks. Story's over. The good guy didn't exactly win, but he survived. And sometimes that's enough. Oh, and I bought another motorcycle. Same model my dad and I rebuilt. Found it on Craigslist from an older guy who reminded me of him. We spent a weekend fixing it up together. He said his own son wasn't interested in bikes. Sometimes the universe takes away toxic people to make room for better ones. I'm learning to be okay with that. Peace out, Reddit. Thanks for following this insane journey. Hope you never need to post your own version. Edit. Since people keep asking, yes, I saved everything. Screenshots, recordings, legal documents. All in a folder called Dodged Bullet Evidence. Dimitri says to keep it for at least 3 years in case she tries anything stupid. And no, I'm not sharing her real name or location. I'm not trying to actually destroy her life, just protect mine.